Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. I just did a video about this exact same thing, but now I'm going to put a space between it. But it's real difficult when the lines are kind of intersecting in the middle. So I just drew it out on an ellipse that's kind of short and squatty. I'm going to hit P, put it in the center of the page. I'm going to double click, and I'm going to type in a 0.75 line, make it thick. Go to Object, break the object apart, or break the object into an outline. Left click, right click. And then I've already got my contour docker open. I'm going to contour just one time 0.01, and that just puts a very fine, thin red line about the outside. That's going to be our space. So I'm going to Control D and make a duplicate. And if you notice, I haven't broken the contour apart. So I just backed up. Go to Object and break the contour apart because your rotation. Control D and make a duplicate, 45 degrees, Control D, Control D. Now, so our spaces are a little bit further apart now. Let's go to Object and group that together so we can move it later. And we just need to color in one item. And we're going to go with blue, and we're going to go over this one. And then we need to go under that one. But we need to go over this one. But we need to go under the next one. And then over. So you see what I'm talking about if you had all these lines in between there in the middle. Now we need to go under that one, over that one, under, over again, under, over again, and then under. So we've got over, under, over, under. Now the reason I said to group this together is so we can nudge this out of the way. I'd go ahead and combine this, and it's going to get rid of those white lines that could be there. And it messed it up, so let's don't do that this time. We could actually try welding it, and that worked just the same. Let's actually move this out of the way a little more. Let's Control D and make a duplicate and rotate it 45 degrees and change it to yellow. Control D and make a duplicate, change it to red. Control D and make a duplicate and change it to brown. Now, you see my objective. So now we got things going, well, they're all kind of broken apart. I don't know what I could have possibly done wrong. Let's, it just looks like they're just spaces on every line. Let's get back to the blue and only the blue. And let's see if I did anything wrong. So when that one goes over, it's going to go under. That one's going over, and that one goes under. I don't know if I need to fill in. We're leaving the boxes. So, but if you fill in these lines, you're not going to have that space. I don't think I did anything wrong. Control D and make a duplicate. This time I'm not going to color, I'm just going to Control D. Well, I guess that's the whole idea, is having the boxes. And also what I'd like to do is go ahead and give this guy an outline by right-clicking, and we'll make it pretty. Let's make it 0.2. Maybe a little bit too thick, but you get the idea. And then let's Control D and duplicate it and rotate it 45 degrees. Control D, Control D. Now it looks pretty cool with the white line, with the black line. It gives it that separation. That's pretty cool. And especially I think if we would have, when we duplicated that, if we would have made that one yellow on the inside, Control D, rotate it 90 degrees, make that one red. I'm just left clicking, Control D, and make that one that brown. Now that's more like it. That looks pretty good, and it's pretty simple because you only had to do that in and out one time. So we do now have some going through and going under and going over, under, over, under. That's a pretty cool design. Anyway, hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.